Okay, so this is continuing with my video on Playa Nancite. So, why is the Playa Nancite so interesting? So we have here Costa Rica, and really ACG, or Área de Conservación de Guanacaste, really has since this area has like several mountain peaks in this area. Then it has rainforest in this area, which is in the east coast. This mountains act as a rain shadow, and in this side we have dry forest. So and I'm gonna go more into detail of what you can expect to find here, but in general, like it has like the three main, broadly speaking, forests that we get in Costa Rica. I mean, there are a lot of things that are absent. Like, for example, there's a lot of like the coral reefs that are found in the Atlantic side that are very specific. That ecosystem is absent. The oak, chusquia bamboo forest is absent. But there are oak species in the top of this. There are oak species on the top of this mountain chain. So it is a little bit similar to what you would get in Talamanca, only that not as high. But going back to Nancite, so here we have three big. Here we have murciélago, which is a conservation area that's like relatively unexplored, and it's very like out in the middle of nowhere, and it has a surfing point called Ollie's Point that is really high, it's highly inaccessible, in a beach called Potrero Grande. This is northern Costa Rica, and then as we go down, we have three beaches. And I know about this because I actually spent 3 summers in these beaches, because I used to collect data for a wildlife dependency, a wildlife project that had to deal with water. So here we have Witch's Rock, known for surfers, or Playa Naranjo. Here we have Nancite, and here we have Tule. And from Tule to get to Potrero Grande, you have to go through a lot of mountains. You have to go through a lot of, it's like a little bit hard, and there's not a lot of water. But I used to work three consecutive summers in this area, so I got to know a lot of the wilderness, and I got to know a lot of the species that I found. This is not even when I started college. This is when I was still in high school. So Witch's Rock has the first aspect that's very interesting is because of marine biology. There is a sea turtle that comes here in Arribadas called the olive ridley. In Arribadas, to the extent of my knowledge, and maybe this has to be updated, are only found in 4 beaches around the world, and Costa Rica has 2, including Ostional. And the phenomenon is called arribada. And I might explain more about this as I will of Cabo Blanco. But Nancite has a small, it has a deciduous forest, and then it has an area that has a small stream that is actually very pretty, very charming, where there's a water hole here, and the whole movie about Noses of Nancite is based on the animals that come to this water hole. And I know about this because, as I mentioned before, I did a paper on water holes, a research paper. So nancite has a water hole, a water hole where tons of wildlife come. I think we counted about 15 different species. Yeah, sure. Um, and it has. So as you go to the beach, you see a lot of shells of turtle shells. So there's a bunch of turtle shells spread through the beach. They're just kind of like hanging out, which makes it interesting. Like there's not a lot of beaches that have this turtles, and then you have Witch's Rock here in Tule over here. I'm gonna go into more detail later.